how's it going, everyone? Right, so give me a few minutes just to set this up. Okay, hopefully this is good. What I do love about doing the live stream on the phone is the quality is brilliant visually. I just hope the sound's good. So yeah, so a continuation from the last live stream. I really enjoyed it with everyone. I'm going to try and do these as consistent as I can. So today I'm going to talk about why gratitude conquers anxiety. I'll get some questions going. We'll see how many people come on. I'm also going to be teaching and explaining my daily discipline routine, which is designed to help people, to help men and women that have got anxiety, to conquer their anxieties, build confidence, build discipline, find gratitude, and live their goals and their dreams. So I'm going to explain that and keep explaining, because a lot of you are getting it, which is great. You've got the routine, and obviously there's going to be new people coming to the platform. I want to keep inspiring, motivating and educating and helping people. So those of you that are new to my channel, I really appreciate you coming on. My name's Jonathan O'Halloran. I'm a mentor and a teacher who helps people who have got anxiety to build confidence, discipline, gratitude, so they can enjoy their life and live their goals and their dreams. Or even if people don't necessarily want to go on and, achieve big goals and dreams, but they just want to enjoy each and every day of their life. That's brilliant. I think that's equally as valuable. So if you know my story, then you would know that I've battled and I've suffered greatly with anxiety myself. So I know firsthand what it feels like to have anxiety. But my story is to give men and women hope that I've conquered my anxieties, which I'm thankful for, so many times in my life, and lived an absolutely amazing life. But I've also really struggled. I've been depressed. I've been down. I felt suicidal in my 20s. I overcame that, succeeded, and then in my 30s, I had a mental health breakdown. I thought my life's over. It wasn't over. I found my faith. I found gratitude. Here I am again, overcome a big season of anxiety. So anyone can do it who wants to do it, who is committed. I'd also like to say as well, anxiety often gets a negative stigma by everyone, myself included. But one thing I've realized and learned throughout 12 years of mentoring people and learning from everybody, every resource you can imagine, my faith, doctors, professionals, teachers, mentors, family, friends, I've never met someone who doesn't have anxiety, suffer some anxiety. So everyone's got anxiety, so there's no reason, there's no need to feel ashamed at having anxiety, because everyone's got it. But it's how you deal with it. It's the relationship that you build with it. And some people's anxieties is really, really severe. They can't even get out of the house. I've been So I like to share that and make people aware of that, because I know how people feel. I've been there myself, where people are quite worried and ashamed to talk about it. But there's nothing to be ashamed of, because it's part of being human. It's how you deal with it, and you can make it work for you. Just a second, right? I'm just getting my brother there. So yeah, that's something that I always like to share with people, because I think that was the biggest struggle that I had for a long time, is I couldn't come to terms. I couldn't accept that I had anxiety. Therefore, I couldn't fully accept myself until I went and got proof that I could go out and do the things that I didn't think I could do, and live the life that I wanted to live, and help other people and so forth. So that's an explanation. Right, so moving forward, you can get your questions in. So let's start off with gratitude, right? was having this conversation with a client that I was mentoring, I think it was yesterday. I was saying to him, we had a really good conversation in the mentoring session, and he said, it's all good and well telling me to be grateful, Jonathan, and many people have said it, and it's good they say it, but I don't feel gratitude. And I said, that's good that you can start there, because genuine gratitude is not faking it. You can't lie and just say, I'm grateful and I feel gratitude, but in your heart you don't feel it. But you might have to start at that point, not lying, but by being honest about the fact that you want to be grateful. It's a lovely thing, and I went through the same process until I arrived there. So you've got to search for it deep in your heart, and you've got to learn and live until you come for it. But you can start off by just saying, what you're grateful for. So I'm genuinely grateful that I've got this coffee, and I can wear nice smart clothes, and I'm doing the live stream, teaching, sharing, helping other people. I'm really grateful for that. I've been grateful for the whole day, but it's taken me quite a long time to get to that point. But obviously, I'm hoping that people can get there immediately. And I think people can if they really want to. But I'm also patient that it's not always easy to be peaceful and joyful and happy and grateful, because we're human, we're not perfect, we're not happy in every moment. But gratitude is something that can find its way in your heart and in your life at any time of your life, if you really want to search for it, and that takes courage. So when you find gratitude in your heart, in yourself, in anything and everything, anxiety won't have much of a place. But whilst you don't have gratitude, or you lose it, or you're not aware of it, anxiety is going to creep in, and it's going to cause you a lot of suffering, which is unnecessarily. So I would say that a healthy amount of anxiety is very, very good. Truth be known, if we didn't have anxiety, then it keeps us alive. So there's a healthy amount of anxiety that is very good. When you cross the road, you look both ways, because you don't want to get hit by a car, and you don't want to die. You have anxieties of respecting other people, because you don't want to hurt their feelings, because you know how that feels. So anxiety can be good in many, many ways, and it can keep you alive and keep you conscious, and it can, yes, keep you alive. But too much anxiety, where it gets to the point where you're debilitated, that's not good. That's when it becomes a disorder. It becomes too much anxiety, and that's where my mentoring comes in, and my story, and what I learned on my journey, where at the start of my journey, I literally couldn't leave my house. I didn't feel safe around people. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust people. And my anxiety, the panic was so severe that it was stressful. It was hard for me to get out of the house and do normal things, let alone live goals and dreams and go to the gym and earn a living and get a relationship and communicate and travel. Those things were just well impossible for me at that particular time of where I was out of my anxiety. So after going through many trials and tribulations and struggles and having suicidal thoughts, I decided I can't do this anymore. I need to take action in my life. After listening to Les Brown, I started to go out and confront my anxieties gradually, and I learned to get more vulnerable and brave and comfortable in these situations where my anxiety would be triggered and heightened, and I got better at dealing with them, and then it started going, and my confidence came from that. So an effective way to build confidence for any anxiety sufferer is to face your anxieties at a pace, obviously, that you can handle, one step at a time. So for people that have got an anxiety with leaving their house and going out in public, doing that several times, or however long it took, would give you confidence. The more confidence you have, which is also discipline, and it should lead to gratitude, the less anxiety you'll have. So it's really about, channeling or putting your anxieties into the things that you want to do and living a better life. So that's another explanation, a little bit of my story and how anyone can do that. It's also practice. A lot of people have got social anxiety, speaking anxiety, speaking in front of people, a camera, a live stream, an event, a doctor's appointment, a job interview, around family, a first date, a wedding, an in a coffee shop, on an aeroplane, at school, at work, in all different environments. So you practice it. You practice speaking and facing that fear of stuttering and getting awkward in front of people. And you do that countless times, hundreds of times if need be. You practice it until you become more confident in that situation, until you develop that skill, until you've got control, until the anxiety dissolves and starts to, because there's many great things that can happen with anxiety. The best one, that personally for me, and I love it for others, is when it completely dissolves. So you might have a huge dose of anxiety before you're going to give a speech, or you're about to go and meet your family or friends and there's a lot of anxiety, or you're going to do a live stream, or you're going to go and give a talk, or you're going to go to work and you're really nervous. There's so much anxiety and adrenaline in your body. Your mind's racing with thoughts, with worries, with fears, with insecurities, what people are going to think, how they're going to react to me. You put yourself in that situation, you be brave, you be vulnerable, and you face the fear, and you communicate. And as you communicate, you feel the anxiety leave your body. You feel your mind calm down. The racing thoughts stop. Your mind gets silent, you get present, you're relaxed. You're relaxed. When you're relaxed fully, you don't have any anxiety. It's a great feeling of peace, freedom, and feeling relaxed in any social situation, in any different environment. And that's another explanation of how I overcame a lot of my speaking anxieties, and if you want to call it social anxiety, and how anyone can do it, and I've helped clients to do it. So you practice it. You put yourself in that situation, which is nerve-wracking, uncomfortable, and you practice it hundreds of times until it's no longer difficult for you. That's the anxiety wiped out. And gratitude is appreciating peace, appreciating challenges, appreciating how far you've come and what you've been able to achieve and change. Another example of an anxiety that I had for many years is I couldn't travel. Now, I could travel, but I didn't believe I could travel. My unbelief come from strong anxiety, being bullied growing up, traumas, insecurities, fears of responsibility, and fears of the unknown. So I told myself, I can't get on a plane. I cannot go to Germany and travel, although I've got the option. I can't go to Ireland. I can't go to Latvia. I can't go Poland. I can't go Spain. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not that kind of person. I won't be able to handle it. I don't know how to use a passport. I don't know how to check in. I don't know how to book flights. I don't know how to get on a plane. I don't know if I can find my seat. I don't know if I can be comfortable around people in an airport. What if I make a mistake? What if someone shouts at me? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I can't cope and I crack up and have a stress attack? Those fears held me back for many years until I decided I'm ready to face this fear. And I traveled to new countries with friends and on my own, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I was crying in tears of joy and gratitude when I arrived on another country, met a friend, and got to enjoy being on holiday, sightseeing, new people, new cultures, new experiences, history, architecture. I absolutely loved it. That's gratitude, and that's conquering anxiety. So anyone can do it. I always say that I know anyone can do it because if I can do it, I thought I was hopeless. I thought I was useless, worthless, wasn't good enough, couldn't do it, and I did it, disproved it. So anyone can overcome any anxiety that they put their heart and mind to. Another anxiety that I had was boxing. Oh boy, where do I start? I was so nervous. Oh man. I was so frightened of sparring. I was so nervous and insecure about going to a boxing gym in case everybody saw how anxious I was, in case I got laughed at, bullied, judged, didn't feel comfortable, was scared. I got to a point in my life where I thought, I'm not going to have this anymore. I'm done with this. I'm going to go to the gym and face the fear. I went to the gym gratitude. They were lovely to me. It changed my life, and I continued to go. I kept going. I was uncomfortable, but I enjoyed it. So if you practice facing your anxiety and being uncomfortable, you can actually find confidence whilst in an experience of not feeling comfortable in yourself. That's growth. That's how you gain confidence. That's gratitude. So that's another explanation of a practical approach to conquering any anxiety. I've given you some examples there from my life of anxieties that I've conquered at different times and stages, but the principle is the same. Anxiety will be improved if the person explores it, faces it, feels it, works through it, and keeps going. There are other ways as well that I've learned and I have been teaching and learning, and I'm going to go into those in a second, that are really important. But I just want to let people take those in for a second. What I'd recommend, if you're really enjoying this live stream, whether you're watching it now live or you're going to watch it later on, get a pen, make some notes, right? I want you to note down some of the things I've gone over to help you reflect on what anxieties are holding you back and giving you the right approach so you can overcome them and also speak about them. So it's practice, if you practice exploring your anxiety, look, if you live with an anxiety disorder and it's inhibiting your life and it's stopping you from living in gratitude and living your goals and dreams and you're tired of it, listen to this. If you don't do anything, nothing's going to change, right? I'm not saying that's impossible, but on many levels, it's going to take a little bit longer. If you start to take steps to move forward, your anxiety is going to work for you rather than against you. Because when it feels like it's against you and it's a bully and it's making your life miserable and it's getting you down and depressed and lonely and ungrateful, it's because you're not confessing it. You're not communicating with it. You're not using it. It's energy. Anxiety is energy. Anxiety is emotions. It's thoughts. It's memories. It's traumas. It's excitement. It's ideas. It's a combination of all these human feelings and instincts and stories and stresses and ideas and talents. When you've got all that jumbled up in your body, if you don't release that from your body, it's going to start causing pain, a lot of pain and depression, because you're going to be suppressed, too introverted, too isolated, too lonely, and too much overthinking. So you've got to take that anxiety and you've got to confess it out through communication, friendships, living, loving, I was going to say liking, exercising. If you go and exercise and do a run, if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see many videos of me running, because I love running and I share it with clients or anybody that I can help. Everybody's welcome to it, to apply it. It's free. Running's free, but it costs you some courage, which is what you need to conquer anxiety. Make it your friend, not your enemy. So running conquers anxiety. Running gives you gratitude. Weight training conquers anxiety. Weight training gives you discipline, accountability, confidence, health, and gratitude. Boxing, fantastic. Boxing, MMA, mixed martial arts, karate, all in that area of martial arts, conquer anxiety, heal anxiety, use anxiety to create positive things. So you've got to find a creative outlet for your anxieties, and a lot of people don't do that because they're scared of feelings of anxiety and they're frightened of moving forward in case they are judged, rejected, shamed, misunderstood, told that they're not good enough, etc. So anxiety is also getting past the story in your head, the negative story. So it presents challenges on an emotional level, on a mental and psychological level with the story, and a spiritual level. So if you've got a story, which everybody has, which says you can't go to the boxing gym because you're not good enough to do that, and you're not able to handle the stresses of doing that. If you believe that story and you don't do anything, then the story makes you recluse, and it spiritually defeats you. Not forever, but temporary. It discourages you. So you don't go gym. I didn't say you can't go gym. I'm saying you can go to the gym. No one else said it. Maybe someone told you it, but they can't stop you. They can't stop you going to the gym, especially if you're an adult. Walk to the gym with your legs shaking, with your hands sweating, with your lips trembling, with your biochemistry going off and the story in your head, and keep walking to the gym. Walk in the gym and communicate and say, I'm nervous, I'm shy, I've come here, I want to learn, I want to improve, and they'll welcome you in. That's what I've done. There's a lot of good people out there, many good people. Anxiety will lie to you, it will trick you or manipulate you if you let it. It will say that there's no good people out there, that they don't care, they're not going to help you, they're going to harm you, it's not going to be safe. It's not true. Of course, there are some people out there that could do that. That's just facts, but there's many good people that wouldn't do that. So you've got to stand up to the anxiety and not believe the negative stories that it gives you and presents you. Otherwise, you'll believe those stories and you'll live them out. And that's what I learned from my life. For the first 10 to 15 years of my life, I lived my anxieties because of the trauma, the criticism and the abuse that bullies put into me, and the possessive anxiety that possessed my mind, my heart and my spirit. But when I started to exercise those demons out of me and those fears by challenging them and not listening and believing them, I got a different result. My life started to change, and my anxiety started to go down, and my confidence started to increase, and I become a better person and less ashamed. So anyone can do this. I don't know. I hope the comment section is working. Let me just check. Any questions, please let me know. I'm just checking comments. Hopefully it's working. So yeah, I like to make people aware of, the anxieties, because people can often get so consumed in their anxieties that they just become stuck and overwhelmed, and they're not quite sure what's going on. All they know is that they've got anxiety, it's scaring them, it's uncomfortable, they're suffering, and they don't know how to get out of it. They don't know how to unstuck themselves from a very anxious place, and also a very anxious life predicament or life situation. You can unstuck yourself anytime you want. Obviously it takes courage and it takes practice, and that's the whole idea. Practice is everything in life. What you practice is what you're going to get. So let's go into the daily discipline routine, which I love, and I'm never getting bored of sharing and teaching. This will be an ongoing conversation. I share it in all my mentoring sessions because my clients practice it. I live it every day. I love it. It saved my life, and throughout my live streams. So the daily discipline routine, which has been designed for men and women that are suffering with anxiety, that want to improve their anxiety, build confidence and discipline, find gratitude, be themselves, be kind, and live their best life. It starts like this. It starts off with simple gratitude. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you practice is being thankful. So you can simply just say, thank you. I'm thankful for the next day being alive. That's gratitude. You can extend on that. You can go further into gratitude. You can listen to some music that puts you in a good mood, that makes you happy, makes you joyful. You can pray if that's right for you, whatever works for you, that's right for me. You can listen to a motivational video, whoever you like, whoever it may be. It could be me, whoever motivates you. That's gratitude. You are waking up saying, look, I'm not denying that I'm waking up and I've got anxiety, but I'm going to wipe it out. I'm going to override it with gratitude and strength. That's gratitude done. You practice that every day. You don't have to just practice gratitude in the morning. You can do it anytime. I do it right now. I gave thanks at the start of this stream. You can do it as many times as you want. There's no amount of times you could ever be grateful that would be a negative. But just to start off with, get people in the habit in the morning when you open, first thing when you open your eyes, before you even think about your problems or your challenges, which are going to come at you. Thank you. I'm thankful for, I give gratitude. Thank you for waking up today. The next step on the daily discipline routine is cleaning. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't just get up and leave the bed messy. For both men and women, old and young, people around the world, you fix the bed. You make the bed. Why do you make the bed? Because it's respect for yourself, for others, and it's very good for your reducing your anxiety, building discipline, self-respect. So you make the bed, you clean the apartment. If the apartment's clean already, fantastic, you maintain it. You know, you keep maintaining it. So this is an ongoing relationship every day, to live each day in gratitude and live your dreams, as opposed to living your worst fears and anxieties and living in defeat. So your gratitude, you clean the apartment, you shower, you put your clothes on. Now it's on to exercise. You do at least a 30-minute exercise routine of your choice, for men and women, whatever works for you. That could be boxing, weight training, running in the park, yoga, fitness, climbing, running, dancing, any form of physical exercise that increases your heart rate, improves your fitness and health, your cardiovascular system, gets your mind in a good place. You burn some calories. That is correct. That's the third part. The next part on the daily discipline routine is you start to eat a healthier diet. We know that eating healthy is so important for everything in life, especially for anxiety, mental health, confidence, discipline, gratitude, and living your goals and dreams. So you practice eating healthy. You find a diet that works for you. I can't tell you that unless you ask me. Everyone's diet's different. Just eat healthy. Do what feels right for you. I post up a lot of my meals on Instagram. If you need to look at them, you can. They're all available free. You can use the recipes that I do. So you eat healthy, you start to incorporate healthy eating. Number 4. Number 5, you make a point of socializing. You know, spend time, quality time with good people, friends, family, colleagues, clients, or your community, or a combination of all. I'm not saying that you've got to do that every day, because obviously most people that I work with and on this platform, people that I know in general, not just my clients or friends or people that follow me, they like their own space. So of course, everything in balance. Like I've said before, I wouldn't encourage exercising every day. That's overdoing it. And maybe socializing every day would be a bit too much, but get the balance right. And that's kind of common sense. So socializing, number 5. Number 6 is creating creativity. So you create, like I said at the start of this stream, you create, if you've got a business, you create in your business. Products, content, services. When you go to work, you create, you do your job, you get it out by working, typing, laboring, building, accounting, whatever your job and career is. That's creative energy. You're giving, you're adding value, you're doing your job, you're helping other people. That's so important for self-esteem, gratitude, lowering anxiety levels, increasing self-esteem, living the best life. That's I think I've covered it. Yeah, that's the main thing. So that's the routine. Of course, you can add to it, you can tailor it, you can tweak it, but fundamentally, that's the routine that I teach on all my programs and live. And it works wonders. It's got every ingredient to live the best life. It ticks every box. It works on every area. It improves your financial situation. It improves relationships. It improves mental health, physical health, dietary habits, accountability, communication. It ticks all those boxes. It's incredible, and it's so simple. And what I love about it is everyone can adjust it to their personality, their values, their goals, their dreams, their schedule, their timetable, and make it work. I don't know if you want to ask me any questions, you can, and I'll answer them I'm just making sure that it's working on the phone because sometimes it doesn't come up on the screen. Let me just check. That's the main gist of today anyway. I've taught what I wanted to share with a daily routine. And this will also act as a video. So like I said in the last live stream, you really want to not rush this and go at your own pace. It's not about comparing to anybody. That's actually not correct. So you start off at your own pace. When I started living this routine, I started in 2017. It took me a while to develop it. I didn't do all the things straight away. And I didn't always do them in the exact order, but it didn't matter. What matters is that I started practicing discipline and gratitude and facing my anxieties. And once I got it right, I started teaching again and mentoring my clients on the paid programs and on these free platforms. And I started to see the results that they were getting. So it works for me, it works for my clients, it works for friends, and it will work for you, providing obviously that you commit to the practice of everyday gratitude living. And it's just amazing. It's most of the things that people want to do anyway. As I said, it encompasses everything, and it works for everyone at every stage of their life, at every age, both men and women. It's amazing. Chocolate here. So yeah, and it's also something that, you know, this isn't intellectual. Obviously at the start people are going to be thinking when I'm saying this, but this is something that is really, you know, you've got to learn this from your heart by doing it. This has to be learned through doing. This cannot be learned just by listening and hearing me say, do this, do that, you know, go gym, exercise. If you don't do these things, you're not going to get the results. Nothing's going to change for you. I want to make a point of saying that. You can't just watch live streams and listen to me and hit like, or, you know, listen to the testimonies of my paid clients who are getting results. You've got to practice this for yourself. You've got to make it work. You've got to get proof. You've got to improve your confidence, your mental health, your finances, your relationships, and your relationship to anxiety. If you stick at this routine, and we can only do one day at a time, you're going to see the difference in how much more confident you are, how much more relaxed you are, how much more secure you are and stronger at times where you have got anxiety. You're going to handle it better. So it teaches you the tools also, the daily discipline routine and the gratitude practices, both practically, spiritually and emotionally and verbally. They teach you the tools, all the tools you need to manage your anxieties and live the life that you want, and live your goals and dreams. Right. So we'll keep it this short today. That's been more than enough. I just shot some YouTube videos earlier that I'm going to upload that I really enjoyed doing. So again, I wanted to make everyone aware. I would say again, I will write it underneath this video. I've got it in my file somewhere. I will write down the routine so all of you have got it in writing. You can write it down on your phone, have it on email, or on your wherever you want to write it, and then you can have it on print and you can practice it so you don't forget it. And like I said, you don't have to do it in the exact order that I said, although I'd say the first one you do when you wake up, gratitude. You can do gratitude any time of the day in the morning. But the other things, some mornings I'll wake up, I'll do gratitude, and then I'm going to teach a client, coach a client, and then I'll get back, then I'll go gym, then I'll eat healthy. On another day, like yesterday, I worked with a client, then I went and stayed with my family, enjoyed that, got up in the morning, had a coffee today, did some writing, did some work, come here. So, you know, you make it work. You get into a relationship where you make the schedule work for you. It's not an inconvenience. It's actually there to help you. It's like having an extra friend and a mentor, if that makes sense. But you'll really simplifies it. It will become very, very straightforward and simple for everyone the more you practice it. So you've got to practice it to get the results. Like I said earlier, it's discipline. And you don't need to rush it. You don't need to compete with anyone. If you do that, you're going to make a mistake. Start slowly, one day at a time. You might want to start off by just saying, at the moment, for those people that are finding it too overwhelming maybe to leave their house and go out to the gym and work and meet people and train, I understand that. I've been there. So they can just relax and go, right, just practice saying thank you when they wake up in the morning. That would be a great start. Just that would be a big difference to start with. For people that have got anxiety and where they are right now, they can't move forward because they're too overwhelmed. That's fine for now, right? It's not going to be forever. They can practice just saying thank you. I'm going through challenges right now, but I'm going to be thankful. That's gratitude. Then they can clean their apartment. That's a massive deal. If you're watching my live stream, wherever you are, and you've got anxiety, and this has helped you to clean your apartment, I'm grateful. I've done my job. If it's helped you just to think a little bit differently about your anxiety and just think, you know what, actually, Jonathan's made me realize there's actually hope for me. I didn't think there was hope. I couldn't see a way out. Now I realize that there is. If he can do it, I can do it. If his clients can do it, I can do it. If others are doing it, why can't I do it? And you can do it. And it's appreciating the simple things that you do. It's not getting into ego, too much ego, and trying to do everything to compete. No, you're not competing with anybody. You're competing with yourself, with your anxiety. You're comparing you today to how you are in the next hour, the next 2 hours, and the next day. That's how you're going to win at this. So some people might say, oh, no, I'm more advanced than that. Great. Everyone's at different places, different times. There's no race, only against yourself. Some of you might say, yeah, I can clean my apartment. That's easy. I can say thank you. I already do that. I can go gym, but I can't achieve my bigger goals and dreams. That's where the routine comes in. What are your bigger goals and dreams? Don't be shy. Let me know in the box below. I can help you more. You can help me to help you. We can help one another. So your big goal might be you want to travel to another country. You might want to move to another country. But anxiety is holding you back because of the story that is telling you and the fear that is putting in your stomach and in your heart. So I can say to you, you can do that. If you discipline yourself, if you sit down and you have the courage to be vulnerable and say, right, what do I want to do in my life? I want to move to another country. Maybe you're living in England, you want to go to Australia, but you're scared to do it, your anxiety. Right, I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to follow Jonathan's mentorship, and I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write down my anxieties. I'm going to confess them out to free me from the suffering that is causing me. And then I'm going to create a strategy. I'm going to break it down step by step, how I'm going to overcome my fear of going from England, London to Australia. I'm going to look at the flights. I'm going to look at the prices. I'm going to look at the time and the dates, and we're going to make progress towards taking the necessary steps to make that dream become a reality. How's that? You can do it. Some of you might be saying, well, I've got this anxiety and it's inhibiting me and it's not letting me go to the gym. I want to lose weight. I want to be fit. I want to train. I want to enjoy my life. I want to be physically fit. I want to join the boxing gym, but my anxiety is scaring me out of doing it. It's talking me out of doing it. It's putting too much fear into me. So I'm going to sit down, relax and say, right, Jonathan's done it. He's no different to me. How did he do it? Hear my story. His clients have done it. Other people have done it. Your friends have done it. At some point, you've done it. Why can't you do it again? You can. Stop telling yourself you can't do it and say to yourself, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, but I can do it and I will do it and I want to do it. Not woulda, shoulda, coulda, if, but, when, what if. We got to erase what if. What if his anxiety speaking? That doesn't help you. To begin with, it holds you back. So with the boxing or joining the gym, you make a commitment, and the day before you mentally prepare. Like an exam. This is a strategy I use. It changed my life and my clients. So I want to go to the boxing gym and it's Saturday and I'm scared to do it. So I say, right, on Wednesday I am going to the boxing gym. I don't care if my legs are shaking, if I'm panicking, I'm sweating, I'm nervous. I'm going to that gym. I'm going to make a heartfelt commitment. That is going to happen. So Wednesday is the appointment. We write it down in the diary. On Tuesday, it's time to prepare. I'm going to pray, I'm going to think about it, I'm going to feel about it, and I'm going to go over it in my head, in my heart, and I'm going to gear myself up. So I'm going to over prepare, so when the day comes, it's easier than what my mind told me it would be. And I'm going to go to that gym. When you go to the gym, you're going to celebrate because you just succeeded. Success is having the courage to first confess your anxieties and be honest, and then to find a strategy within your own heart to actually go and face the anxiety and overcome it and conquer it. And then after that, you're going to say, I'm grateful. So that's another explanation in how you do it. Another anxiety, there are some anxieties that I believe take a bit more time. This is a strategy that I've developed that I use in my life for anxieties that challenge me, and I teach it when it's the right time to teach. Some anxieties I go, whoa, I'm not ready right now. Celebration time, gratitude all around. Right, I want to do that. That's a big goal and dream of mine, but I'm scared to do it. I'm not ready to do it, but I am going to do it. I need time. I need a little bit of time to build up and build the stamina and build the mindset and the heart set and the character and the maturity and the strength. And timing is important. Boom, you didn't see that coming. See, timing. Those of you that did, well, you're supernatural. So certain anxieties are, we create a vision. You might say, in 6 months' time, I'm going to achieve that. Write it down. That goes in the daily discipline routine. Daily discipline is about discipline, accountability, goal setting, scheduling, all those things. Write it down. My goal and my dream is to achieve X, Y, Z in 6 months' time. I'm not ready right now. It's not that I'm not good enough right now. I'm not ready to face it right now. I'm scared. That's okay. That's not weak. Nothing to be ashamed of. That is honesty. But I will be ready in 6 months, and I'm going to train my mind, my heart, my body, and my soul, and I'm going to build up to it. So in 6 months' time, all the preparation I've been doing, all the other anxieties that I've been facing are all part and parcel of me building up to face the bigger one. So example, when I was at my worst, I was frightened of everything. I was frightened of brushing my teeth, showering, going to the toilet, and getting out of my bed. So a dream and a goal for me would be to brush my teeth, to shower, put clean clothes on. My bigger goal was I wanted to get a job at the time when I was younger. Of course, I wanted to be employed and pay tax and have a living and contribute and feel part of society. I was scared to do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't cope with it. I wasn't mentally strong enough at that time. So by brushing my teeth, showering, putting clean clothes on, cleaning my apartment and paying my rent, that gave me the stamina, the wisdom, the confidence and the discipline to go and face that fear and get a job. Does that make sense? So all these things that you do affect the next thing that you do in a positive way. So don't undervalue the small things. That is gratitude. A lot of people often do that. My clients do it and I help them and remind them, and I do that at times too. And I remind myself, or my clients remind me, or my friends or mentors and my faith. They undervalue many anxieties that they've overcome because their mind gets in the way and says, oh, that's not really a big deal. Oh, you should be able to do that. Everyone can do it. No, they can't. When someone's in such a fearful place, everything can be difficult. So obviously, someone who's in an anxious place that's able to find the strength to get out of that and live life and do the things that we might say are easy, that's a big deal. Because it's easy to do things when you feel good. 1 second, toilet break. You can get more questions in, I'll answer them. Thank you for your patience. So yeah, I want to go over that because I know how people are, how they can be when they've got anxiety, how they can really undermine themselves and the little things because of, not feeling good enough or being in a happy place. And I've done it too. So you really want to value, overcoming your own anxieties and not compare your anxieties to what you think someone else would approve or not approve of, because at the end of the day, an anxiety is an anxiety. So every anxiety that you overcome should be appreciated, should be celebrated, and should be, you should be grateful for doing it. And then you've got the confidence and you've got that experience, that point of reference to build on that. Because all the things that I've done in my own life that I was very anxious about, I couldn't have done those things without doing the first thing, like I said. So like I said, tidying my apartment was a big deal for me when I was at my worst because it stressed me out. It made me feel anxious. It made me feel frightened. I didn't want to do it. It was easier to say, I can't deal with it. I'm just going to go back to bed or watch another film and lie in. When I was unemployed in my 20s and I was struggling. So to break out of that and clean my apartment, that took every bit of strength. Now, someone who's not in an anxious place couldn't relate to that. And that's fine. Or maybe they haven't thought about how to do that because they're in a good place and cleaning their apartment wouldn't be a big deal. It wouldn't be a big deal for me now because it doesn't frighten me like it did when I was younger, and I'm in a different place right now. So you really want to understand the value of you as a person. Everyone's valuable. I believe that no one's better than anyone, even though some people don't believe that. That's their choice. So it's appreciating yourself, but obviously at some point you've got to live this, because if you don't live it, then it isn't going to be understood. You're not going to enjoy your life. You're not going to get the most out of it. So really build on the anxieties that are available to you right now, and then work your way up with your own goals and dreams. So I want to give another example. I always wanted to do public speaking. Maybe some of you can tell, because I had such horrific anxiety especially around talking and speaking, because of bullying at school and being laughed at and judged and being worried about getting nervous in front of people. But it never felt possible for me for many years. It just felt like, no, I can't do it. I can't do that. How can I do public speaking? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the strength. I'd get nervous. I'd make a fool of myself. That was the conversation that was holding me back for so many years. But as I started to face my other anxieties, I didn't realize that as I was facing them, I was getting more confident. I was getting braver. I was getting less sensitive in regards to what other people thought about me and what they said about me. And I was getting stronger. I was getting less scared of my own anxiety. So as I got less scared, I got braver. And as I got braver, it was easy for me to not believe that in a conversation anymore. And then I went and done public speaking. The first time I'd done it, it couldn't have gone any worse than it did. I was stuttering. I was nervous. I was embarrassed. I wanted the ground to swallow me up and not spit me back out. But I got through it. The people were very nice, very supportive, which was nice. But I didn't give up. So when I failed at doing a public speech, instead of doing what my mind told me to do, my anxiety, which was to give up and never do it again, I challenged it and said, no, I'm going to do it next week. And then I said, no, I'm not just going to do it next week. I'm not going to stop till I get good at this. That's how determined I am. I'm going to dedicate my life to it. I'm going to dedicate my heart to it. Everything now goes into this. So that's what I did. And after doing 10 public talks, I became everything that I dreamed that I always wanted to be. But my mind would say, you can't do that. You're not good enough. He's better than you. She's better than you. They're better than you. You're not enough. And when I eventually got good at it, I was in gratitude. I was confident. And then I went and done loads of talks. But if I didn't do all the little things before, like cleaning, showering, paying my rent, going to job interviews, going to the dentist, asking for help when I needed it, getting on the bus, getting on the train. If I didn't do all those other things, there's no way I would have done public speaking. There's no way I would have done it. I wouldn't have had the courage and the confidence. I would not have made myself do it. So don't undervalue and don't underestimate the power of you, all you ladies and gentlemen listening. Don't underestimate the power that you've got to face the little anxieties that are a big deal to you. Forget about what they mean to me. It's not about other people, because I could say to someone, I used to have an anxiety of paying my tax. It really frightened me. It overwhelmed me because I was new to it. Didn't know how to do it. I was worried about making mistakes. Someone could say, that's easy. That doesn't bother me, doesn't it? Yeah, because you've done it loads of times and you've overcome the fear. It's easy for you, but not for me until I've overcome it. So we can't compare and go, well, my friend doesn't have an anxiety, so it's different for everyone. But everyone, no one is different in that they've all got their own anxieties. But the more determined you are, it's like a video game. In real life, those of you that play video games, you can keep leveling up and facing each and every anxiety. And I look for anxieties in my life and say, oh, okay, there's another one. Oh wow, I just realized I'm scared there. I have an anxiety there. It doesn't matter that I'm an expert. It doesn't matter that I've faced all these anxieties and helped loads of people. I'm still human. I'm not better than anybody. I'm a humble man. I've got to face that. Actually, that one scares me. I can't do it on my own. I'm going to speak to a friend and see if they can help me. I'm going to speak to one of my clients who have done it and ask for some assistance. So it's also having that humility not to be afraid to ask. There's always good people out there that are willing to help you. It's not everyone that's going to put you down and bully you and shame you. That's your anxiety speaking. Don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Let it do its talking. Let it wear itself out. It will tire itself out. It will get exhausted. Don't feed it. Don't entertain it. Use it. Whatever. So the small anxieties that you face, life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. When I was doing boxing, I loved it. It scared the life out of me at times, but I enjoyed it. The battery goes so low on this. We're getting into it. I bet now more people were going to come on, which I knew, and the battery's going to run out. We're going to figure this out. When I did boxing, and I made so much progress with it, not just boxing, but the fears of going to a boxing gym and being around people and making eye contact and communicating and learning, the fears that I had, the confidence it gave me, I never dreamed in my wildest dreams as a 20-year-old in his 20s who was suffering with anxiety and improving. I never dreamed I'd travel to other countries. I never could have thought I could do it. There's no way I could do that. No way could I do that. My mind said, you can't do that. It's not possible for you. It's not available. Other people can do it. You're not good enough to travel. You're good enough to do this, but you're not good enough to do that, Jonathan. That's what it said to me. And it gave me a whole list of reasons why. You don't deserve it. You can't handle it. You don't understand it. You can't do it. It's not in your personality. It's not who you are. Okay, let's see. Let's see about that. As I grew more and got more confidence and lost a lot of confidence and was come back from mental health breakdown, with faith, good people, amen, Jesus helping me, I did it. And when I did it, I said, wow, I can't believe it, man. I'm in a movie. This can't be real. It can't be real. This is not real. How can this be? Anyone can do this. I can teach people how to do this who want to do it, who give me permission to let me. They can do this. All the people that think that they can't get on a plane, they can't go to another country because they're so frightened, they can do this. I've done it, I'm doing it. And it isn't that bad, it's actually that good. It's easy, it's beautiful, because the suffering of being in anxiety and living in that place is harder. It's harder, it's worse, and it's no better than the positive suffering of finding your courage, finding your faith, believing in yourself, doing it even when you don't believe in yourself, and proving it, the anxiety, to be what it is, a liar. Anyone can do it. I never believed I could do it. My anxiety would say, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not good looking enough, you're not educated enough, you're not deserving, you can't help others, you can't help yourself. This is who you are. You must stay here. You must suffer. You must continue. Enough is enough. I had a message from a man called Les Brown. It changed my life. It saved my life. It spoke to me at a time where I wasn't easy to reach. I was ignorant. I was kind. I was scared. I was insecure. I didn't trust people. I couldn't see a way out. I prayed. I got on my knees. I prayed to God. I said, please help me. Please don't leave me. I don't want to be here no more. I'm scared of living. I'm scared of dying. I'm afraid to stay where I am. I'm scared to change. I'm trapped everywhere. Please help me get out of this prison. This prison, which is a small apartment in a beautiful area, but I'm also trapped in my own mind and my own fears, and I want to break out of this prison. Please help me, Lord. My prayers were answered from a man called Les Brown. I listened to his video on YouTube, and he shared his story, and he said, growing up on an abandoned building, called the dumb one, labelled eligibly mentally retarded at school. The kids laughed at me. I wore hand-me-down clothes, poor clothes from a poor neighbourhood. Thought I was stupid until one day a school teacher said to me, don't ever say that about yourself. Don't ever say that you're the dumb one. Don't ever say that you're eligibly mentally retarded. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. And when Les Brown said that, I started crying, because that spoke to me about my story, because I let someone's opinion of me become my reality, a reality which said I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it, I should suffer, it's all my fault, I'm ashamed, I've got anxiety, it's my identity, and there's nothing that I can do about it. I just got to sit here and go for a slow death. And when Les Brown said it's possible for anybody of any background, doesn't matter where you are, what you've got, you can live your dreams. You will find your way to success through hard work, through discipline, through sacrifice, through being good, through listening to positive messages, through being positive yourself, through educating yourself, through training your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, through getting up again and again and again. When life knocks you down, make sure you can look up, because if you can look up, you can get up. You've got greatness in you. When he said those words, I cried. I cried because I knew I was going to succeed. I knew I was going to break out of suicidal thinking, depression, anxiety, trust issues, paranoia, low self-esteem, self-hatred, being down, being broke, being poor, feeling poor. I knew I was going to break out of that. I knew it. I believed in, I trusted in, I felt in my heart. I did it in my heart and mind before I'd done it. And that's what I done. I went out and I faced every single thing that frightened me. I went to the boxing gym. I was scared to do that. And it was a great result. I went to the weightlifting gym. I was scared to do that. It was a great result. I went on countless first dates because I was terrified to do that. I thought no woman would ever want to go out with me or go on a date. And I wanted to get a girlfriend relationship, and eventually got a girlfriend. I did that. I set my own business up. I was terrified to do that. I was terrified of money, terrified of people, terrified of selling. And I continued to do that, and I succeeded. I helped people. I got good at selling and being nice. I made money. I helped other people to make money. I was afraid to share my story online. I did it. I overcame the fear. I helped people. And that's been a continuation of my story, and it's a pleasure to share it, because Les Brown shared his story with me. It changed my life, and I'm sharing my story of you, and I'm confident and I'm humble that my story can help you to change your life, and you're going to share your story with the next person. Everybody helps one another. Can't get any better than that, other than the battery about to run out and I'm going to try and charge it. That's my story, man. I'm just going to charge this. I said an hour, didn't I? It's an hour. That doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold this up. No problem. Good exercise. So, I think that's what I've really learned today from teaching. I appreciate all of you, because I need help to teach, to make this more simple, and it's doing the small things that are such a big deal, and that's why I don't take credit for it. I'm grateful for the daily discipline, because it's amazing how small daily disciplines can have such a positive impact on your faith. All the mentors, all the boxing mentors, all the business mentors, my own journey with with being successful, having a mental health breakdown, being in hospital, reading the Bible again, getting my faith, getting back on my feet, and getting inspired, inspiring myself, being inspired by others, by faith, and putting all these pieces together and learning. And that's what I think holds a lot of people back with anxiety, is that they let their fears get in the way. They're scared to learn. Because to learn is to live life, to face all these things that we're scared to face. Living, dying, loving, growing, helping people, caring. You're gonna get let down at times. You've got to live. You've got to live your dreams, otherwise you'll be living your anxieties, and it's not fair on people. It's not nice when you're in that place. So the small daily discipline routine will help you to break out of that place, and there's no limits to what you can achieve. What I have achieved, I couldn't imagine it in my wildest dreams. It's hard to believe sometimes when I sit down and I write it and I process it. I want to write a book at some point to help people, more podcast shows, because I know that I could do more and I want to give more and help more people. And I know that it's unlimited for you. It's all about what you're willing to do, what you're willing to give, and how much courage you're willing to exert. The more courage, the more you're going to get out of it. Right. We have to stop here because I've got to get back to my brother, enjoy the rest of the weekend. But I've really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the talk, and I will continue. I hope everyone enjoys it. And so practice that. Practice the daily discipline. Underneath this video, my email address is there. If anybody's interested in my paid mentorship about inquiring, doing program me, I do mentorship over Zoom. I do it in person. I only work with people that are committed. Send me an email, I'll get back to you, and I'll see if I can help you and work with you. And obviously you're going to see if I'm the right mentor for you and you want to do one of my programs. So I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everyone. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.